the AGAPE Community Center. Hello, members of the City Council. My name is Michelle Joyce. I am the founder and director of the AGAPE Community Center. I believe that each child is a unique individual who needs a stimulating atmosphere where they can grow and mature emotionally, intellectually, physically, and socially. It is my mission to provide children and their families with a center that meets such needs. I would like to take this time to tell you about an exciting place for children to explore and learn in an environment that is safe, supports risk-taking, and invites a sharing of ideas and knowledge. This is a picture of our infant classroom. As you can see here, we have a lot of materials that are age appropriate and small in size for our infants to use, but yet safe. For this age group, I recommend purchasing the multi-image mirror pentagon from the Harrison & Company Educational Suppliers Company. The first age group that we're going to talk about is infants. Infant activity number 1, tummy time. For this activity, the materials that are needed are a mirror, soft blanket, and a colorful rattle or toy. I will lay the infant on his tummy approximately 12 inches from the toy or the object. This activity will enhance physical development in the area of gross motor. The goal here is for the infant to make body movements that will encourage him to reach out and grab the rattle or the toy. The infant will build strength in his head movements, arms, legs, and trunk. The second infant activity is called hide and seek. For this activity, the materials that are needed are a soft blanket and a colorful squeeze toy or ball. I will sit the infant in front of the infant toy for him to explore for approximately 3 minutes. I will then hide the toy under the blanket and say to the infant, "Where did the toy go?" This will encourage him to look for the toy. This activity will enhance cognitive development and early problem-solving skills. The infant will use their thought process to explore their environment. This activity will also support Jean Piaget's theory of object permanence. This is a picture of our toddler classroom in the center. It has materials that are small in size for our toddlers to use, yet high enough for them to explore for their age and height. For this group, I recommend purchasing a toddler first sink and stove set from the Harrison & Company Educational Suppliers Company. This tool will support Lev Vygotsky's theory for providing children with materials that encourage further learning. The second age group that we're going to discuss for activities is called toddlers. Toddler activity number 1, storybook reading of the book From Head to Toe by Eric Carle. For this activity, we're going to need the storybook From Head to Toe by Eric Carle and a large carpeted space for the toddlers to move their bodies. I will begin by showing the toddlers the front of the storybook, telling them the title of the book, the author, and the illustrator's name. I will also show them pictures and ask them, what do you think our story is going to be about? This will encourage a back and forth conversation with myself and the children. As I begin to read along, I will mimic the movements created by the animals and ask the children, how do you think this animal will move? This will allow them a chance to show me what they can do and what they think. This activity will encourage physical development in the area of gross motor by bending, jumping, kicking, skipping, and squatting. Toddler activity number 2, sorting blocks. For this activity, the materials needed are 10 round blocks, 10 square blocks, 1 round container, and 1 square container. Or we can use one shape sorter that has a variety of shapes. With on top of the lid, there is a variety of shape spaces for the toddler to place it in the correct space. This activity will help to enhance cognitive development by challenging toddlers to use their thinking skills to formulate a match. This activity will also support research on brain development, as it helps to prove that every time the brain is stimulated by an activity such as this, the experience will help to rewire the brain and provide brain synapses. This is a picture of our early childhood classroom. In this room, we have our areas that are divided by subject areas. We have our art area, the computer area, table toys, dramatic play, and block area. For this age group, I recommend purchasing a set of unit blocks from the Harrison and Company Educational Suppliers Company. This set will help the children to begin to develop early math skills. The third age group that we will discuss is called early childhood. Early childhood activity number 1, exploring music and emotions. The materials needed for this activity are the book, My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss, large white butcher paper, various colors of paint, paintbrushes, and music. This activity will help children to begin identifying the emotions that they may be having inside. Emotions such as happy, sad, or excited. Adding music and art materials will arouse a sense of I connect and express what I feel inside onto paper. For some children, this will introduce a positive outlook for their emotions. Early childhood activity number 2, Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes by Eric Litwin. This is a game that we will play with the children. The materials needed for this activity is the storybook Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes, a chart with different colored shoes on each line, and a variety of colored objects on picture cards. The purpose of this activity is to enhance cognitive development in the area of symbolic thought. I will read the story with the children and then engage in an activity that will reinforce learning colors by using objects. This is a picture of our middle-late childhood classroom. In this room, we have things that are age appropriate for our children that are a little bit older. We have appropriate sized tables and chairs and materials that will support the children with a higher level of learning. For this age group, I recommend purchasing an outdoor climber and swing set from Toys R Us. This outdoor equipment will help to target research that supports youth helping to fight childhood obesity. Age group number 4, middle-late childhood. The first activity that we have for these children are to learn how to play a game of baseball. The materials needed for this activity is a baseball bat, catcher's mitten, bases, and a large outdoor space for running. This activity will enhance physical development in the area of gross motor, throwing, running, and catching. I believe that this fun activity will encourage the children to begin working together as well as teach them strategies for resolving conflict resolution. This fun activity will help educate youth in the area of diversity. This will teach them that sports can be played by anyone, girls and boys. Middle-late childhood activity number 2, jigsaw puzzles. For this activity, we will need a variety of interesting jigsaw puzzles and a table or floor space for the children to complete the puzzle. This activity will enhance physical development in the area of fine motor by using their wrists and fingers together to complete the task. This activity will also build cognitive skills by encouraging children to use their problem-solving skills to complete the puzzle. This is a picture of our adolescent classroom. As you can see here, we have computers for the children to use. We have a pool table and a foosball table. There is also spaces for children to sit and talk with one another and be able to do things in groups or to be able to sit alone and have their own time. For this age group, I recommend purchasing a Nintendo Wii game system. I believe that this piece of equipment, along with the appropriate exercise games, will help children to get their daily exercise year-round. This means that if we're not able to go outside and play fun games, we can stay inside and still get exercise. Age group number 5, adolescents. Adolescents activity number 1, playing a game of soccer. The materials needed for this activity are a soccer ball, goal net, and a large outdoor space for running. This activity will build skills in the area of physical development also. Running, kicking, jogging, and balancing. It will also help children to learn to work together as a team. Adolescent activity number 2, family game night. The materials needed for this activity is a variety of games: Connect 4, Uno, Monopoly, Scrabble, Jacks, Battleship, Clue, and Othello. The purpose of this activity is to encourage families and friends of different cultures to come together and begin to form relationships with one another. This event will be held once a month at the community center. This type of gathering will help to support Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory in the area of love and belonging. This will encourage the children to have acceptance and friendships with one another. I would like to thank you, the members of City Council, for allowing me this opportunity to share with you my mission and my plan of action to implement the activities that will help reach the goals that I have set for the children in my care. The AGAPE Community Center will surely be a place for our youth to grow and develop into successful adults. Thank you. Michelle Joyce.